I rarely get as irritated about a topic or as passionate about a topic as I do when we talk about third-party sellers on mainstream platforms. It's like the same thing like how I don't get as passionate about like franchise owners tailgating on the back of a successful company. And I mean, pick a franchise. It is something that we see all the time where there's a company that has this good name established, and then because people trust them, they become customers of them. And then these people that we know nothing about come under their umbrella somehow in some sketchy way, doing business on their platform, and then they scam a bunch of us. Well, that's essentially what we're going to be talking about in this video. And I encourage you to share your horror stories and your nightmares that you've experienced with third-party sellers on any platform in the comments so that people can be aware of this issue and maybe learn some things to better protect themselves. So a lot of the questions I see a lot are video audio center, beach camera, Waltz TV, are they reliable places to buy a TV from? I would personally say no, because they are not the platform that you initially went to. If you went to, let's say, Target.com, and then you see beach camera, don't buy it. Don't buy from them, because they are not Target.com. They're not Target. It's somebody doing business as another company, which they completely sidestep. Now, these companies promise up the wazoo, like Amazon, for example. We have the A to Z guarantee. If a third-party seller does you wrong, oh, don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. All lies. It is not that they're going to take care of you. They're going to give you the biggest runaround you've ever experienced. And let me share a story with you. I'm reviewing, or at least were reviewing, the Samsung S95F. When I unboxed it, the box came damaged. The styrofoam all messed up. But more damningly, the screw holes just weren't cut correctly. For whatever reason, Samsung's quality control went way downhill this year, and I had a video that was unreleased. I never had the time to publish it, and it literally shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so you guys got to be careful with the Samsung S95D or F, because the S95F is dangerous for this reason. The stand popped off. Literally, in the back there, you can see this little clip came apart. It's supposed to be on like this and stay on like that, but what happened was, as you see, these screws literally just came out on their own. Very, very, very dangerous. Be very, very careful. Now, the relevancy of this is that these third-party sellers essentially sell products, but they don't want to eat the burden of manufacturer defect. And I'm talking more specifically about beach camera. My run-in with them was simply put, they accused me of everything under the sun. I tried to return this product, and the first thing they tell me is, oh, we'll try to get it done, we're so sorry, oh, we'll make it right, you know, all the fucking, you know what I mean, all that bullshit. And then after they're done trying to tug you off and make you feel good with adulation and lies, then they come into the second phase of scamming you. And it works a little something like this. Oh, well, we need you to send us a photo to verify that what you're saying is correct. You send them the photo, which, first of all, who the hell are they to be demanding a photo? Not even Amazon requires a photo, and they're the ones with the platform. Let that sink in. So you send them this photo, show, hey, here's the defect you asked to see. Do they print the prepaid return label? No. They say, okay, well, your return request has been approved, but you're going to have to send it back on your dime. And then let's say you're like me, you're a little stupid, right? You go, okay, I guess I'll send it back. Amazon will reimburse me anyway, whatever. You look at the price point, it's $400 to send a television that's 55 inches at its current weight for the S90F back. I'm not paying $400 to send it back to you, Hoss. And Amazon even tells you if it's over $30, you should call them anyway. So I call them up, give them a ring. And you know what happens? The weirdest freaking thing happens. The runaround, I know, isn't it crazy? Oh, we don't do business with third party. We can't handle that. That's up to the third party. It's like, well, now, hold on. Hold the phone, Hoss. This is your company. You brought associates in to do business under your roof. What happens under your roof is your responsibility. It's been days of this bullshit dance that I've done with them personally. Now, if you're a first-time TV buyer, this sours the experience, right? Taste right out of your mouth. You just can't enjoy it the same. And now, there's a new wave of the scam that I've personally never experienced this. But they accuse me of the television already of being returned, and the serial label not matching, and there's manipulation, and they opened a case to do an investigation. All this talk, right? And I look at that and I go, oh, really? Serial numbers manipulated? I'm looking at the TV. How are you getting a different serial number on a TV that I returned? The return label wasn't even printed. That's what this whole conversation is about. So now we've arrived at a point in 2025 where something very simple. Customer buys product comes with manufacturer defect, customer goes on the app to request a return, and now you get the runaround because that's too easy. It's a very simple issue. I mean, it's not my fault, it's not the company's fault, but there's a process for that where the customer gets their money back, and through their money back, that company issues what's called an RMA through the manufacturer warranty. They don't want to do that, right? They much rather put the burden on the customer to fucking do everything. And that's my problem with modern day third party mom and pop businesses. They'll put the burden on you and they'll do everything not to give you your money back. Right down to haggling. First they offered me $125 to keep the TV. I said, no, I want $1,000 if I'm going to keep it and take on this problem of fighting with the manufacturer. Because, you don't get out of bed for anything less than $1,000 once you're in your mid-30s, okay? And then they look at me and they go, oh, that's too much money. Would you take $725? No, I said $1,000. Period. It's a $2,500 TV. You can't split it with me and go $1,000, then you don't deserve the sale. Especially when I've had nothing but problems. No. And then they fucking go, okay, well, we'll help you. And they haven't, still to this day, give me a return shipping label. They still haven't making it right in any way, shape, and or form, despite a clear defect existing. And all I've been is defamed. I've been accused straight up. I'm going to read you their email. And if you go into Amazon, you'll have these kind of correspondence with your sellers. And the sellers will, again, do everything they can not to run you your money when they're in the wrong on every which way. I mean, it got to such a point where I just had to tag Amazon in because, I mean, really, at that point, it's absolutely ridiculous. So let's go down to my favorite part. We're going to go up and we're going to go to the part where they accuse me. They go, thank you for your message. As per records, and just so you see, this is actually Amazon. We're actually on the app. I won't show you what it says. That's why we left it blurred out for that part. But they say, thank you for your message. As per our records, the TV in question has already been returned and a refund has been issued. It's in my living room. It's still here. It's taped up, ready to go. No TV has been returned. Okay. And then they say, however, we have opened a case directly with Amazon regarding this return. Oh, what about? Amazon, what did it say? Regarding this return, as the serial number label on the item received was found to be manipulated. We are currently working with Amazon to investigate this matter further and will keep you informed of any updates as they become available. If you have any additional information or documentation that may assist with the investigation, please feel free to share it, right? So that's what they're saying to me. You want to know how I respond back to this stupid shit? What are you talking about? I still have the TV and no refund was issued. Also, if you have a TV physically in your possession, you can check the serial number in the About menu, proving that it doesn't match up with my order number, right? And then I go on to say, check the serial number. I do not have any manipulation. You are completely out of order for suggesting anything of the sort. I am still waiting for my prepaid label. Where you get off accusing me of committing fraud for a TV I still have is absolutely wild and reckless. And then they just completely sidestep the issue and act like it was just a non-thing. They just say, because I tagged Amazon in, and Amazon also says, hey, the reason the CX is contacting you is they say that they received an email saying that, they still have the TV and, you guys are saying the TV number was tampered with. However, they still have the TV with them and they are waiting for a return label and the item to be refunded back, which you claim to have issued already. The CX has the pictures attached and we request that you please respond to this within 48 hours. Sincerely, Amazon customer service. So it's now me and Amazon, right? We're trying to hold these fuckers accountable. And they are ducking and dodging like Neo in the Matrix, right? Nightmare situation. And then it goes on even further. They ignore Amazon completely in that correspondence. And they say, good evening, sir. Thank you for getting back to us. Please accept our sincere apologies for the inconvenience and any confusion. Kindly disregard the previous message from our team. We've reviewed your case and confirmed that we did request photos. They're not even taking accountability for defamation. Now listen to how big this is. You tell a client, a customer, a consumer, You're in the wrong. You've manipulated the level, the label. We've suggested there's a label. Amazon comes and goes, nah, Haas, they still got it. We're still waiting on the label too from you guys to do what you got to do. And then at the end of the day, they sidestep that shit entirely. They literally say, oh yeah, we've confirmed the case did have photos. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the defamation. We're talking about the manipulated label for this supposed return TV that I still have waiting for a prepaid label because it's manufacturer defect and you don't want to do it. And they're sidestepping. You see the clever language they use to wiggle and sidestep? They're like a greased up hairless cat in a street fight. They don't want to be touched because the reality is they're in the wrong. And all they do is say, well, we see that you've now provided it. We truly appreciate you taking the time to send these photos along with the explanation. We absolutely respect your decision as a customer, and we have gone ahead and escalated it to the return management team, and we'll process it as soon as possible. And I'm just sitting here the whole time. It needs to be escalated to a return specialist. It's a prepaid label, dog. Like, what are we doing? And this is the kind of shit you're going to deal with these third parties. Now, my correspondence back to them. This is not a hard issue. Your customer has a manufacturer defect TV. A return was requested. A prepaid label is needed to send it back. Why we have this level of escalation for a very normal part of the return process is mind-blowing. I'm without a TV and money to buy a new one. And then I go on to say, I'm stuck waiting without any time frames. Just like you don't want to work for free, neither do I. And make no mistake, investing this amount of time into follow-ups is work. You've wasted my time and my money. I can't get my time back, so do the right thing and give me my money back. This is the most unprofessional Amazon experience I've had in over a decade. To which they literally respond back by saying, thank you for reaching out. We sincerely apologize for any confusion. I see that, we've attached 2 orders. And the thing that really fucks me up is at the top of every Amazon order exchange that you're going to have through Amazon, there's going to be an order number associated with the initial return that you put in, right? Where you ask for a label under that brand new product. You can't ask for a return label on a returned product. So they're playing games and dumb. And the reason I go through this very elaborate, very long explanation of telling you what it was like and what it's still like is because this is a dance. They know Amazon will give them 48 hours to respond because legally they're required to do so because they're in cahoots and partners to some extent, right? But at the same time, the customer eats the burden of, we don't have our money, we don't have our product, and we're just waiting for somebody who's already fucked up to not fuck up. And this is why I tell you, if you buy directly from them, you bypass that shit altogether. You get, gone from that situation. That scenario exists for people who literally go for a deal, try to buy things. Because make no mistake, the S95F, I was looking to replace it for myself. I was like, hey, I could use another TV. Why not? Let's get an S95F and let's see how it does over the years, maybe with some updates or whatever. And I was going to buy the thing for myself. But there's no point because it's flat as hell, it looks ugly, and then the stand's all fucked up. So I was like, nah, I'm done. And that's the game that they play. So imagine I'm going through this. How many other people that are silent, that don't have a platform or a voice, are going through this? Well, that's where you come in. In the comments down below, I'm going to need you guys to say and share your stories with situations like this so you can help spread awareness. Because without awareness on these issues, we can do literally fuck all nothing but sit helpless and wait for, again, the game to finally end. And make no mistake, when you have a customer service agency like Amazon backing you up saying, hey, they haven't gotten this, and I'm saying I haven't gotten this, and they're the only ones like, oh, you didn't get this? Oh, we didn't know. Oh, we're just going to sidestep and move the goalpost and completely change the topic. It's like when you're telling somebody that they've done wrong and that they need to apologize for something, and they go, so you know what I had for breakfast today? That's crazy. And you look at them blinking like, what the fuck does what you had for breakfast have to do with the issue we're talking about? Stay on task. But it's that thing people do when they don't want to help you. And that's the message today. Third parties will never help you. You will be literally like a guy left at a gas station with your dick in your hand. This might be more of a rant, but it's a helpful rant because it gives you an insight that most YouTubers and people just don't want to talk about or share for some odd reason. But by removing that fourth wall and showing you the ugly truth of the way business works, even in e-commerce, you're able to protect yourself when you make your TV purchases. So the official recommendation here at Quantum TV, always buy from an actual company. If it's not shipped and sold by that company, it's a no-go regardless of how good the deal is. Hopefully this message finds you guys well. Share your stories again from any experience like this you've had down below. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.